You just have to feed it in gingerly, one piece at a time. Otherwise it gums up. So we take our time with it. All right. Let's see this bag. So that is not going to go in. So this is where we and it jammed. And that's what happens with stuff that's thick. And then you got to go here and you've got to stop it, and then you have to reverse it, and that little light moves from there to reverse. You try to run it, and it either works or it doesn't. Stop it, and you reverse it, and run it, and hope. Good. So it's a labor-consuming process. But those who say that plastic bags will, there's always people who say, well, recycling doesn't work, and the machinery is always breaking because people put plastic bags in and it causes downtime. I'm not sure what they're talking about. The only reason this thing jams is because it is a three-phase motor running on single-phase power with a variable frequency drive, and it has programming in the microcontroller that when it senses some torque issues, it will shut down because it's only pulling 12 amps at 240 volts instead of the 480 that it could be pulling. So I think in a machine shop with the right kind of power, it doesn't have any problems at all. So I think that the recycling industry is stupid if they don't have shredders in. So we are going to take everything. The problem with this machine is it's so it's not shredding very finely, and we need it much finer for us to use it for our purposes. We need it much finer. So we have a screen. Now in this smaller device, we do have a screen that you can see down there. The problem is that it looks like the shaft broke again on this one. And that was a big pain to repair it the last time a shaft broke. We had new shaft milled. We're going to get a screen, we hope, for this one that'll hook in over here, and then we'll run it through once to get the coarse shred, and then we'll look for a finer shred later on, because the fine shred is what we need to make our trash treatment. So meanwhile, let's just continue to... I think if we had three-phase power, we could just dump stuff in the hopper, but we don't. So we put it in very judiciously. But it is a lot easier than what we used to do here, where we had to put it in and press down on it. And that wasn't very efficient. So also the pressing down may be what, with the screen, is maybe what causes it to break a shaft. We already should have shredded without the screen first. And I did try that. It was very time consuming. That's what we probably should always do, is shred it down to this level and then put it through and not press down on it. Just let it slowly shred down through the holes in the grate. What are we going to do with this? If nobody wants this. I don't know why. This is a perfectly good piece of baby formula. I'm not going to throw that away. But yeah, let's continue to... Sometimes it doesn't get stuck, as you can see. And then it's done. If you wait long enough. So let's try that. Now, we do take caps like this small objects we don't put in here, we put them in our granulator or crusher. That's what we use for making our fine stuff like this, because this also has a screen in it. And that's for the harder plastics, the polypropylene and high-density polyethylene caps. And that we can use it in our Trashcrete. The way it has the same screen on this machine that machine has, and this has no screen, so we can't use it in the Trashcrete as is. So we do need to have a screen on this. But let's continue. I wonder if, so lighter stuff like this, right, may work, may not work. Let's see if it works. So that did work. So that was convenient. You just have to be careful when you're doing that you don't end up jamming it down here. The stuff does get stuck. You don't want anything wet in this at all. So, dry plastic. But because we're making Trashcrete out of it, it doesn't have to be of any particular type of plastic. It can be all the plastic. So that's what we're looking at here. It's hard to do this one-handed. Now this machine was $10,500, so it is fairly expensive. Let me take this cap off, and that cap again will go there, but this can be lost in there, and nothing's going to happen to it because it's not reaching the teeth. So in that case, I will just do that. Good. And go ahead and grab another bunch of it and drop it in. There's a it works with it, but I prefer to put the caps on the other one over there. This and this will go in fine. There we go. That's HDPE. PTT is what gums it up. HDPE rarely gums it up. I'll just come back to that after I throw this cap to our granulator here. So every Sunday we have one or two of these filled, usually two. That's about our plastic residual load, is about two of these little containers here. And to come in and spend 15 minutes setting it up. Let's see if this thing here will go in there. So no, so keep catching. And then you can hear it rattling, which means it's not completely digested it, so to speak. So everything else thing, yogurt cup, all this stuff. Fairly well. Clean it up a little bit. Occasionally you should hit stop, go to reverse, and let it back clean if you can. See how it pushes that material up as it back cleans. And then hit stop, and then reverse it to go forward, and then hit run. Go backwards, reverse, there we go. And then we got all this. And this. All this stuff. Let's see, caps, as I said, I want to use our crusher for. And it's not that it won't take caps. I mean, if I did put caps in, it will take care of them. But I can't get them fine. And in the crusher, I get those fine particles I was talking about. So I really like my caps to go in here. So I have this for my molding when I do my thermoplastics or when I'm making my trash screen. I want those fines. I can't use stuff that is at this high or low granularity. So we're getting toward the end. I guess I can try again to see what happens if I do a dump. If I do a nice slow dump. There's some things you can dump in without it getting jammed, and some things you can't. Certainly if you're putting in big bottles, that's when it jams. But let's see. Now this stuff here is stuff that students left. I'm really not interested in doing their work for them. I did mine. They'll have to come back and do theirs because of the labor cost, the time. But let's see if I can clean a lot of this up. Tea bag over here. Hit stop. Hit reverse. Set it all back up. Reverse again. Reverse again. Reverse again. And some stuff, did you get through? Some stuff just slides right through. Alright, well, that's what we're getting. And as I said, we're going to have to do a second run once we get the screen, because that is not enough volume reduction at all. But that's fine for a Sunday. So we will resume next week. So long.